So the institutions of our government have failed us miserably in this thing, this giant that is Marcellus that we sit on top of. So what's the price of gasoline in Saudi Arabia today? High test. You know what it is? 23 cents a gallon. You know what we're paying? $3.79 for regular. How is that? Gee, it's their stuff. They're selling it to the rest of the world. They go like this, the price of gas goes up. They go like this, the price of gas goes down. And what happens to them? They benefit. How much a Saudi kid has to pay to go to college in Saudi Arabia?
Nothing.
Nothing. You know how much they get? $18,000 a year to go. They use the resource for their benefit. What are we doing? No, they're stealing it from you. You didn't give anything away. You didn't sign anything, did you? They're taking it from you. The industry is sitting here very cognizant of what it's got in front of it, what it needs to do to exploit that resource, and what it needs to do to get the government out of the way. I'm not spouting revolution here, folks. This is what we have had going on in this country since it was founded. It was what John Adams and Jefferson and Franklin and all the other great founders of this nation were all about: self-determination. Not being told by some foreign, far-off king about what we can do and can't do here. Local municipalities are being treated very much in the same model as a colony. Shut up. Here comes the drill. We don't care about your concerns. The state had not enabled local municipality, or the county in this case, to levy anything on these folks. So they cleared the deck there. They knew what was going on. We didn't. And largely because the institutions of our government ignored us. They didn't report back to we the people. They didn't come back and say, hey, we got this big giant Marcellus shale thing here going on, and we hired some people to go investigate what that all means to us. What's that mean to us as far as the mineral use? What's this mean environmentally? Where's the health risk assessments? All these other things. And we're reporting back to you, the people who are the government, and telling you what this is all about. That never happened. And there are going to be jobs, and there's going to be campaign contributions, and there will be ball fields that get new lighting because Range Resources gave you a donation, or Chesapeake, and things are good. And then they go to Dimmock, and then they go to Hickory. And that's when we started to realize that this was not all glitter and gold. This was a problem. And we started to hear things from Dimmock. And what happened to the water supply in Dimmock when Cabot did a bad well? It was ruined, and it's going to be ruined for many, many, many years, generations. You can't fix that stuff. And I remember there was an article in the paper, I don't know, last spring or late last fall, about a release of benzene into the river from a power plant facility, and it was all bad, and oh, they're going to get fined and everything else. But this industry over here, the oil and gas industry, does it routinely. And there's no problem. Well, they didn't break the law because they're exempt from it. The same laws that apply to just about every industry in this country do not apply to them. Only if you have a drilling operation in your municipality will you get any kind of money back from the state that they would collect from these industries. And I got on the phone with Scarnati's chief of staff last November, and when I heard about they were going to introduce this, they finally just did, I think, about a month ago. I said, well, wait a minute. You know, if I'm in this borough over here, and here's the border, and they've got a well, and a distillation facility, and whatnot, and they're getting money from the state that they collected off these guys, and I'm the municipality over here that doesn't have that. Well, the benzene doesn't come across the border in the air, or that the watershed is not contaminated, or that the truck traffic going to the site doesn't come through my municipality. What the hell are you talking about? Let me ask you another thing. By the way, okay, let's accept your premise that only those that get fracked or host operations related to a fracking operation get money. Then how do you explain the state parks, the state game land, and the state forest, the 500,000 acres that Mr. Rendell signed off on a lease for $1,200 an acre to Andarco, 500,000 acres of whose land? Whose land was it? Whose land was it? Damn right it was. It was our land. Where is our institution of government that is here to serve us? If your borough council and your mayor didn't take action to plow the snow from Main Street down here on Route 8 in Butler, you'd be on them like white on rice for not exercising their obligation of office, and their duty to you as a government is to serve you. But here we got a lease that was signed, what, 3-4 years ago? Took 500,000 acres of your land, your children's land, your grandchildren's land, and leased it out. Go to Moshannon State Park. It's an industrial zone. What is going on here? And you're told constantly, you can't say anything. You'll be sued. Yeah, there's a school down there, but they got a lease. Or someone, well, you know, their rights somehow or another supplant your rights. I've had people, well, these are my property rights. Well, what about my property right? It's not an easy thing. And then when you have you got leased land here or a drilling operation here, what happens to the value of the surface land adjacent to this area? Is anybody going to compensate you for the loss of the value of your surface property? The banks won't. The banks in Pike County in Pennsylvania have decided not to lend money on mortgages for homes that have leased land in or around it.